Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special episode of GodSaw's Turnbuckle, the wrestling video podcast. I am running here on YouTube.com right now, and this is going to be a special episode because it's not going to be our traditional GodSaw's Turnbuckle. That's going to be coming back out this weekend, but this one is going to be for predictions for WWE Backlash that is coming up this Sunday. So, obviously, the pay per view is this Sunday. We've got 8 matches that are on the card right now. Nothing that has been officially announced for the pre show at this time. But I will imagine that they will have something for the pre show. Either they add another match they or one of these matches gets put to the pre-show. I don't know which one you would put there though at this point in time though. So because most of these would be they kind of deserve to be on the main show, in all fairness. So let's roll right into it. I'm kind of running this off of how they have this lined up on the WWE.com, so it's kind of a little bit wonky to the whole aspect of everything of where they have all the matches. So first up, we have the United States title match with Jeff Hardy going up against Randy Orton. I don't 100% honestly, I don't think they're going to go ahead and um, move forward with Randy Orton being more of a being the U.S. champion at this point in time. This again, it doesn't since the U.S. title has flipped from SmackDown or from Raw over to SmackDown. It's one of those things that that the storyline you don't know exactly where they're going yet at this point in time with everything. So I'm going to go with the fact that they just put the title on Jeff Hardy. They're going to keep that title on Jeff Hardy, and it's kind of going to be that way for the time being. Now, don't get me wrong. I could see them putting it on Randy Orton, but I don't think they're going to. I think it's going to stay on Jeff Hardy on this one. So this leads us to the tag match that was just added on Monday, I believe, which is going to be Braun Strowman teaming with Bobby Lashley to go up against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Honestly, at this point in time, I don't know how they would do it or anything, but I feel like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens wins this match. They've been kind of, having Sami and Kevin eat pins since they've come over to Raw. I feel like it's about time that they give them one, and I'm actually gonna go with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens on this one. And yes, I know this is Bobby Lashley's first pay-per-view match back, but it just story kind of says Kevin and Sami win this match at this point in time. So I'm gonna go with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Up next, we have Daniel Bryan going up against Big Cass. Much like with everything here, I don't like. I'm kind of shocked I'm not picking Big Cass on this one because it is his first match back. It's not even he hasn't even had a match on SmackDown yet. He's pretty much just feuded with Daniel Bryan since he's come back from his injury. The only other match that he had been in at this time has been the 50-man Royal Rumble match. So that's all we've really seen of him outside of any potential house show stuff or anything on that side. So with that being said, though, this is also Daniel Bryan's first pay-per-view one-on-one match since his return. And I feel like they're going to go with Daniel Bryan in this case. I don't see them necessarily having Daniel Bryan take the loss here at this point in time. At least not yet. I can imagine them doing a loss with him at some point in time. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if they have him lose to The Miz at some point as well. To go along with everything to kind of prolong their feud with that one. But with this, I kind of see this as the buffer for his feud with The Miz. So I see Daniel Bryan going over here. So we're gonna go Daniel Bryan. Up next, we've got the SmackDown Women's Title match with Carmella going up against Charlotte. Carmella just cashed in Money in the Bank a few weeks ago to pick up the title. I don't see them just taking the title off of her that quickly. So I don't feel like we're going to necessarily get the title change here in this one. You also have the Iconics around. And it would kind of suit the Money in the Bank cash in a little bit if Carmella does keep the title for a little while. So I'm going to go with Carmella in this match. And that's actually going to bring us to something else that I feel is also going to be kind of predictable to a certain degree. And that's going to be Seth Rollins versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title. Again, they have the mid-card title on SmackDown at this point in time, with it being the U.S. title. Yes, I know Miz has been entrenched with the Intercontinental title for so long. As a matter of fact, I would love it if they have him take a loss on this one, which I am predicting that Seth Rollins is going to go over in this match. And if Miz kind of goes into this like little funk about the fact that he can't go after the Intercontinental title and wants to do everything he can to try to either go back to Raw or find a way to get it back over to SmackDown in some way, shape, or form, while he's probably going to be entrenched with this feud with Daniel Bryan as well. So I'm going to go with Seth Rollins. He keeps the Intercontinental title. Maybe they do some kind of feud with him and Finn Balor down the line here for that. Up next, we are going to go through Nia Jax going up against Alexa Bliss. And this has been an interesting one. So they kind of played the whole role reversal thing, but they played it in a different way, because they've been doing these Moments of Bliss episodes and everything recently, which I'll talk a little bit more about on the actual full podcast itself later this week. But also, they've been doing this whole thing that like during these Moments of Bliss things, that promos that they've been doing with Alexa, she's been calling Nia the bully the whole time, while subsequently bullying Nia Jax for everything that she is to go along with it. So they've kind of had the bully calling someone a bully while bullying them at the same time. It's well played. I liked it, and it's come off really good. I definitely liked what they've been doing. I've always been one to say that Alexa Bliss has been very good on the promos and everything that she's been given. I may not care much about her storylines and in her character to begin with, but you can't deny that she isn't at least good on the microphone. She's decent enough in the ring, though I've yet to really see a memorable match from her to go along with it. But overall, I think this feud it's definitely worked for what they're going with. And one will be, and I'll pretty much go off and say, I feel like Nia Jax is going to go over on this one. I don't see them necessarily putting that title so quickly back onto Alexa to go along with everything, but we'll definitely see how everything goes off on that one. But I do see Nia Jax keeping that title at least for a good chunk of time, and it's just been one of those things. She's been over with the crowd. She's been getting cheered at pretty much anytime she does come out, so I feel like they'll keep it on her at this point in time. So now, this is interesting because WWE.com's match listing has this last, but I'll go through this one now. So we're going to have Samoa Joe going up against Roman Reigns. Yeah, they've advertised this one on the thing as like top of the heap of everything, even over the WWE title match. And honestly, it's a good feud. It is a good feud, mostly done through talking, not much done through any kind of actions, because pretty much since the match has been made, it was Joe went over the SmackDown, Roman's on Raw. We've seen at least Samoa Joe appear on Raw, at least via promo to go along with everything to keep this one going. Basically, him running down Roman Reigns at every cost. Like every crossroads, he just runs him down for not being able to get the job done against Brock Lesnar and everything on that sense. Basically calling him a choke artist throughout this entire time, and that he was pretty much going to destroy him here at Backlash. And I'm going to be fair with this one. I feel like Roman's going over. I just feel like Roman's going over on this one. I can see Samoa Joe going over in some way, shape, or form, but I don't feel like they're going to put that many losses on Roman Reigns at this point in time, especially if they are still considering him the guy, like the main guy that they're going to be pushing towards the Universal title down the road whenever Brock does come back to defend it again. I feel like they're going to get they're going to give some kind of win to Samoa Joe, even if it, or not Samoa Joe, but to Roman Reigns here, even if it ends up being fluky in some way to kind of protect Joe a little bit, because a lot of people are feeling like he's going into a big program over on SmackDown after Backlash to go along with it. But I see Roman Reigns going over on this one. Yes, I can find ways to say that, yes, Samoa Joe's going to go over, but I'm going to predict that they're going with Roman Reigns on this. So this brings me to the WWE title match that is going to be AJ Styles going up against Shinsuke Nakamura, this time in the no disqualification match. So at WrestleMania, we had our good but kind of getting to know you match between the two of them for the WWE title, where AJ Styles won via the Styles Clash. Good counter into the Styles Clash. At the greatest Royal Rumble, longest Royal Rumble, whatever you want to call that, call the show that just happened last week, they fight to a double countout when basically AJ flips out at the fact that, you know, Shinsuke tried to cheat to win the WWE title in their match. He flips out. They both they both brawl, and then they. Sorry, got to clear out my throat there a little bit. They both brawl, and then they basically fight to a double countout. So now they have made a no disqualification match with this one. And, you know, I think this is where they do it. I think this is where they actually make the title change down the line here. I can see this feud going, continuing on, whether AJ wins or whether Shinsuke wins to go along with it. But I can see them doing the title change here. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to make that prediction. I'm going to go with Shinsuke Nakamura to win the match and win the WWE title. Whether it be by low blow or by any other nefarious means that they decide to go with. I can even see the aspect of Shinsuke going for the low blow sometime in the match, and that he ends out hurting himself because AJ finally decided to wear a cup. He reveals that he had a cup sometime during the match, and then later on in the match gets hit with a low blow because he had taken the cup away at that point in time. To go along with it. So I could see something like that going down. I could see them just go, like, for a fun aspect of it, that you could see them just go on, all of them go on a low blow fest where each of them hit each other with low blows throughout the entire match. But honestly, I could see this match being really good, but I don't see it being the blow-off. I don't see this match being the blow-off match between the two of them. And it's going to be one of those things that the matches themselves, like you had the Mania match, which most people would say was a good match. Not to the level of what you would expect to them. It was kind of like, hi, we're getting to know you over here type of match. Then you have the match at the Royal Rumble event, where it was better, but ends in double count. So I could see this one being a little bit better than that. To the time that they go to the blow-off match, and then they give us everything at that point in time. So I see each of these matches progressively getting better and better and better until we get to that big blow-off match, and that's where they go completely crazy with everything, and it goes absolutely insane. But I'm going to see, I see Shinsuke Nakamura going over in this match and winning the WWE title. And that is all the matches right now. You've got the 8 matches so far with no kickoff show match yet. But I'm assuming they're going to announce some kind of kickoff show match, or they're going to take one of those matches and move it to the kickoff show. Though I don't know which one they would necessarily put on there at that point in time. But we'll definitely see how that one goes and what we get added to the pay-per-view itself. Live reactions should be happening on my Twitch page. Link is down in the description if you do want to watch live reactions. Just as a fair warning, you won't get the TV screen. It's just going to be us live reacting to the particular pay-per-view itself on that side of everything. But those were my predictions for WWE Backlash. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, everyone.